here at the same hotel that we went to for our honeymoon last year. We're taking a 2-day holiday here at the beach. We're gonna go in the ocean and we're gonna get some free breakfast. We're gonna relax.
To the tiny church.
He wants to hike to a mountain, so he's gonna do that while I draw. I missed living luxuriously, guys. Ciao. I am in Chiavari, which is a little seaside town about a 3-hour train ride from Florence. Guys, I need to spill my beans a little bit. There's been so much consuming my time and mind that explaining what I'm doing every day has been very just non-existent. I need sometimes to have nothing going on to sit and reflect and then be able to communicate with my words. So I apologize if the vlogs are nonsensical until I can explain myself, but I'm trying my best, and the days we have off from school are really the only days I feel like myself and that I am processing properly. This is one of those days that I actually can explain and understand what's going on. This past week, I believe the last vlog ends where we were doing figure drawing. So this week we started a 4-day workshop, and it was very complicated, very interesting, super cool class. The professor Suzanne is from Zurich, and she was a gilder when she was a teenager, so she knows all of the intricacies of doing gold leaf. So we learned a very quick crash course on how to gold leaf things, and it's something I do want to bring back into my practice because I'm very interested in light, like holy light and otherworldly spiritual light. And I feel like gold against a matte painting is a way to convey light. So it's something that's very interesting to me. But the first thing we started off with was making handmade gesso, and that was crazy, very interesting. Did not realize that gesso isn't vegan. Didn't realize how complicated that was. So that was our first day of class. We gessoed, made the gesso and gessoed a canvas, and then the next day we learned how to grind your own pigments, and then we did the gold leaf the next day, and then the final day we had to complete a painting with all 3 of those techniques. And that's kind of a lot. That's a little overwhelming, and I'm not a perfectionist, but I do want to put my best foot forward. And I kind of felt like it was all, it's everything about this trip, everything is too cool and overwhelmingly amazing, and I feel like I'm not measuring up, and that's a very negative perspective. But sometimes I'm just very hard on myself. But I'm proud of the piece I finished in 4 days. Really, it was a day with those principles all included. So that 4-day workshop ended with a 2-day break, and I think a lot of the students are going to Rome and Venice. I decided to go to the beach again because I feel like my truest self when I am near cool air. I need a breeze, and Florence is very stagnant air, it's a very amazing place, but the environment is very humid and hot and air pollution and just very busy with people. And I need I think it's really cool. It's an amazing honor to be able to study somewhere with such rich history, and it's hard because I'm why am I complaining? But it's also I think it's proving that I need to live somewhere a little bit slower paced. It's totally cool and great that I get to study in such a crazy metropolitan city, but in real life, it's just informing that maybe the San Franciscos, LAs of the world are not where I belong. I think I need to live in the countryside, or a beachside town would be pretty cool like this. So I'm really happy to be somewhere slower paced right now and get to sit with my thoughts a little bit and journal. I always wanted to study abroad, and my last 2 years of college coincided with COVID, and I had a very negative last years of college because of that. I felt really cheated out of my education, and it was completely half-assed by the higher education like decision makers, I felt like. And I don't even blame the professors, I really blame like the institution. And I think I'm a little salty about it, obviously. I get like a pain in my heart when I see other art and graphic design illustration students getting to do like their final exhibitions. I never got to do that. So this experience is literally like making up for my missed opportunities as a student in college. And we are going to do a final exhibition here. I'm very excited about that, but more so I'm just so excited I get the chance to study abroad, when that was always a goal of mine. And this is a completely different experience than when you go on vacation to Italy just for like funsies. Like this has been, it's so weird because I would never have done the touristy things that we're doing here. Like all of the tours are handled by the school. I would probably never have the chance or the means to go to all these different cathedrals and to go to all these different galleries and stay in Florence for a whole month. Like there's just no way. So this is an incredible opportunity. And that being said, it is insanely overwhelming. And I feel like I am not able right now to, I'm not able to juggle all the things I need to. I'm very much a person that lives in the moment. And so whatever's stressing me out in the exact moment is the only thing on my mind. So like the buses often will not show up. And that really freaks me out here because like you're wandering alone on the streets that you don't really know. And then you're like waiting 30 minutes for a bus that never shows up. And that like really stresses me out. So I'm having a difficult time separating the like, at the end of the day, not so serious stress and then coming back and like being productive. I'm not being very productive outside of class. And I'm just trying to be okay with that. Like for the first evening, this entire 2 weeks, a couple nights ago actually just stayed in and didn't go out for dinner or gelato or coffee or wine or anything. I just stayed in my Airbnb, and I felt like in that moment I felt like a failure because I'm like, I'm squandering my time. And I have this really bad habit of like a scarcity mindset of like, there is not enough resources, there's not enough time ever, no matter where I am, like in the States, in my home, in Italy, anywhere I am, I'm always like, I can't relax. And I'm really working on setting better intentions for myself, but I still slip up. And William really helps me adjust my perspective on this. The other night, I really needed to just stay in. And I did. And I'm really glad I did. I caught up on some commissions. Like I'm having a hard time remembering what reality is back home. I caught up on some emails, and things have been going really good back home. Like Michaela and Patrena are handling my orders. Like things are going super smoothly, and I'm just so grateful about all of this. I'm feeling really emotional. I was sitting on the train to Chiavari last night, and I was working on a really cool project, and I'm like, this is actually insane. How did my life pan out this way? Like sometimes it's like, yes, like there is, I don't know, is there a plan? I don't think so, but like sometimes things happen exactly as they should. Okay, so like all this time I've been pissed that like my college experience was so shitty and COVID ruined everything. But like without that happening, like I wouldn't be here right now experiencing this. So maybe it was all meant to happen. Maybe it's all okay that it happened this way. I'm very excited to just chill at the beach today and reconnect with nature. I think being in the city makes it really hard for me to like ground myself, and I really need to be around nature and light and leaves and water. So just learning about myself is cool. Sunday, we start our next round of courses. So I have landscape plein air painting class starting on Sunday. It's gonna be really fun and interesting, and probably another week of just like crazy feeling, but it's all like I'm living in the moment and it's really good. I just can't always vlog what's happening when I'm like it's so overwhelming sometimes. It's going really good. This is a very cool experience, and I feel so grateful. Hopefully I'll talk to you soon, but if I don't, you know why.